I spit Patron on this microphone. Watch out, I'm in the zone, worth for everything I own. Life is March Madness, one mistake, then you go. Yeah, I had a stroke, but your boy still rhyming. And Fresh got love, but the squad still wildin'. Catch me in any city in the hood, we grindin'.
What's up, Fight Fam, and welcome to Boxing Bros. I'm Caden, and I'm here with my co-host.
What's going on? It's Trip.
This is G.
It's the TBE, baby. What up,
All right,
y'all?
so the first topic we're going to discuss is our reaction to Anthony Joshua versus Kubrat Pulev. And I'm going to start this one off with none other than Kubrat G.
All right. Good fight. But I'm going to say this. I'm actually more impressed with Pulev than I am with AJ. And here's why. Man, Pulev took like 100 uppercuts to that fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? Especially in that ninth round.
When you say G, you
took
say
100 uppercuts, bro. Yo, listen, I've never seen so many uppercuts thrown in a fight. And the dude just kept eating them until he couldn't eat them anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, my man went to the buffet of uppercuts, you know? And so, Pulev, man, salute to your chin, because that was outrageous how many uppercuts you took. Like, literally, I counted like 10 uppercuts landed in the ninth round. Like, there was one time AJ just 4 uppercuts straight. Pulev just doom. I'm like, golly, bro. Like, please, man. Like, you know what I mean? Survive or something. Then AJ did it again a couple more times. I was like, yo, you know what? AJ landed more uppercuts in that ninth round than AJ probably did his entire career, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, Pulev caught the Dillian, the Povetkin. He caught everybody's uppercut in that round. So, salute to Povetkin, because at least he got a chin. Now, Pulev got a chin. Now, Pulev's inside game, to me, was trash. I didn't like how Pulev was, like, constantly trying to pull off the dirty fighting behind the head, you know. But I did like that AJ responded every time he did that. AJ was like, all right, you want to play dirty? I'll play dirty. So I like that about AJ. I do like that AJ has improved his movement. I like that he improved his stamina. And what else? Oh, also, I like the fact that now, because this was a major flaw that I had about AJ during the Ruiz 1 fight, where in the clutch, like when he's getting hurt or like he's in a dangerous situation, he never just hugs the guy and just clinches up. I like that he did that with Pulev, because that tells me now he's more comfortable in the ring. So I like those improvements that AJ was doing. However, AJ, I felt like AJ could have took him out a lot earlier. You know what I'm saying? So, like, AJ did an excellent job landing that explosive straight right hand to Pulev, I believe, in like the third round, right? He dropped him twice in that round. Now, I'm the type, like, I'd rather be cautious, right? But there was like certain rounds, like the 6th round, the 8th round, it looked like AJ was like, he just took his foot off the gas completely, you know? And so I don't know if it's because he's like, hey, let me just reserve my energy, my stamina, whatever, or he just didn't see the opening. And so I remember they interviewed Tyson Fury's Pops right after. And he actually said the same thing I was thinking. He was like, AJ was a bit hesitant in that fight. And that's what I've noticed too. And then another thing that I noticed about AJ, he had the hooks. Like, he had hooks all day, and there was one time he looked like he was about to throw the hook, and he just like changed his mind. So I was just like, what are you doing? The dude, Pulev's older, his stomach was wide open. It wasn't until the 7th round AJ started going after the body. Like, you seen AJ jabbing the body in the 7th, which I was like, that's what you're supposed to be doing. Like, you know, break him down. But I don't know. Like, I'm gonna say this, AJ did a good job. But I felt like he could have did a lot more to get a Pulev out of there way earlier if he just attacked the body like, what's that dude named? Okoli? Okoli hit that Polish kid with that body shot, and it was a game changer. Imagine if AJ did something like that to a Pulev. The fight would have been done probably like 4 rounds earlier. So, but salute to both men. I was highly entertained. You know, definitely Pulev. You got my respect because you ate a lot of love of that fight. So, salute to both gentlemen.
Trill Dollar Bill, I'm gonna let you get in there. Go ahead.
I don't know. Maybe this is the beauty of boxing. We all see different things. I think that one thing I could shout out with you and walking with you, G, is shout out to Povetkin's neck for keeping his head attached after all those uppercuts. That was crazy. You know what I'm saying? And he took the crazy right hand from AJ too. I'm glad that he got back up. So shout out to Povetkin.
For sure. Remember what Big Mo said? Started with a jab, ended with a jab.
Yeah.
Yo, AJ, the first time he dropped Pulev, right, or rocked him, was the straight right, and he ended the fight with the straight right.
Started with it right, ended with it right.
Just to clarify, Trill meant Pulev again. All right, go ahead, bro.
Pulev. The only thing I could say, it was too many punches behind the head for me. I texted the group. I said, "This is ridiculous." You know what I'm saying? It should have been points taken away. It seemed like that was his game plan to me. You know what I'm saying? Was to try to hit the champ behind the back of the head. As far as Anthony Joshua is concerned, I think he did great. I think it was controlled aggressiveness. I seen him going to the body, shooting the jab to the body. I seen him taking his time and setting it up. Pulev is an experienced guy in there. You know, you can't just go in there and play with a guy like Pulev. You know that he has some experience. AJ was phenomenal. I think he did a phenomenal job. I don't know. There's always, you could say something. There's always something you could say. But as far as AJ did what he was supposed to do, I think he learned not to go in there rushing after something. After the Andy Ruiz situation, I learned he's more controlled and he's waiting to set things up. And when it comes to him, it's going to come to him. Shout out to Floyd Mayweather. There was a lot of things there that AJ was doing that was Floyd Mayweather-ish. Like he made Pulev miss a lot and he made him miss big. You know, it was one time when Pulev missed, he actually did a Floyd, looked in the ring, see where he was swinging at, you know. But I think AJ did a good job, you know. I don't want to critique him because I really didn't see too much to critique. I think that he did whatever he wanted to do in that fight, you know. And I think he set it up and he was being controlled aggressiveness. And that's all I can say. I think he felt a smart fight. I think a smart fight. And I think that that's what AJ should be doing. You know, once you get these guys, you know, there's no need to just barge in there and, you know, this ain't MMA, you know. We don't have to go in there and tackle the guy down to the ground. No, we set things up here. This is boxing. We set things up in there and get the guy out. But I think AJ did good. I'm impressed. Every time I see this kid, I'm impressed.
All right, Ned.
Man, I agree with Trails, and I disagree wholeheartedly with G. And this is why. Pulev got dropped. Pulev, no, listen, no, don't interrupt me, man. I'm talking. I am talking. I have the speaking piece.
Give him his air time. Give him his air time.
G said he wished he saw better from AJ, but AJ dropped Pulev. Pulev was finishing the third round. Am I wrong or am I right? You get me? And in that third round, when he dropped him, I saw a difference in like his in AJ's like the instinct to kill. He dropped back a little bit and he just danced with it. He danced with Pulev. He was just crafting his skills after that. He was thinking like, let me work on my fade. Let me work on my weave, my has it, you know, everything. Like, and there was an interview before the match. He was like, I forgot what he said. If I'm not mistaken, it's like to dodge or something to evade a punch. He would take it to the face. Douche. There was a punch to the face, and then he learned that's not the way he does after the Ruiz fight. So AJ was just crafting his skill after that fight. But I don't think AJ showed us I don't think he was even harmed in that fight at all. So for him to like let Pulev go to the distance he did was amazing, and that just shows you how much he's grown as a fighter. Like, you know, we haven't seen the boy in a year. Last time he fought was last December against Ruiz too, and he's fought again. And you know, we all said Pulev was going to be a tough competition.
Can I just ask you a question? So you're saying AJ allowing Pulev to go to the distance You saying that's amazing?
No. That's not what I'm saying. Is amazing.
Pulev didn't go the distance.
Listen,
So what are you
Pulev
talking about?
got knocked out in the third. AJ allowed him to stay in the ring till the ninth. AJ could have finished him once he got back up. AJ did not finish him because he was like, he didn't. This man is not here to fight. Like I can say this.
You don't know that.
This is speculation.
Hold up. You don't know that AJ could have finished him in the third round. Yeah. You believe AJ could have gone for the finish.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
As far as like
Pulev, that AJ could have finished him in the third.
Yeah, like Pulev gave his back to AJ.
Yeah.
And I thought the fight should have been called. When he gave him his back. But I get what you're saying, Ned. It's just not coming out the way I think you wanted to say. Like, he was controlling the fight since the third fight. He didn't want to rush in there and get caught with something. He was just boxing, peppering up, and you know what I'm saying, giving them the business. Until eventually the knockout came.
Well, for me, if AJ could have got him out in the third round, he would have.
He would have.
Yes.
You can't say AJ could have got him out of there in the third round because I'm not trying to hear that.
Cool.
You would have. It's not like, oh, I can get you out right now, but I'm gonna let you see more rounds.
I would have stopped the fight.
Does that, bro?
I can stop you right now, but I'm gonna wait until the night.
Like, come on. So don't.
No. I don't think.
I think
don't lose logic in
I'm not losing logic, but when AJ dropped Pulev in the ninth, it was a right hand or a jab? He just hit him with a jab, huh?
It was the right that finished him.
It was a right hand. He could hit him with a right hand. It wasn't even a vicious right hand. It just touched the chin and Pulev fell to the floor and it was over.
Like 10 uppercuts before that straight right, bro.
Hey, Pulev came to dance, so we gonna let the man dance, So
Pulev pulled up and got knocked out.
Yeah, that's it, yo. He got in the ring, and that's it. That's my take. You can go ahead, Caden.
Yo, hold on. Before Caden goes though, I just like to say this. Yo, I know what I'm saying may appear like I'm hating. I'm actually not hating. It's just what I'm saying is, me personally, I was more impressed by Pulev's performance than I was AJ's because of the punishment that Pulev endured. That's all
I'm not going to give a person credit for taking punches.
Hold
on. You're going to give the guy more credit. It does come off like it's hating, bro.
Here goes G again having multiple.
No.
It's not multiple.
Why people going to say it's hating? Right? Why is they gonna say it's hating? Is because you're gonna give a credit for a guy that took punches instead of giving the credit to the guy that was letting them things go.
You're right. But what I'm saying is, I had higher expectations for Joshua, so I showed Joshua his love. But the caliber of a Pulev, I just felt like Pulev should have been out of there faster. Because of his inactivity.
Cite your reason why. Why should Pulev have been out of there faster?
Because of his inactivity, his older age. You know what I mean? So I just felt like AJ got
knocked out Pulev.
Huh? Nobody's knocked out Pulev. But Pulev's been out of the game for like
what
2.5 years.
What reason do you have to believe he should have been out of there earlier? Hypothetically, let's say, not even say hypothetically, let's say it was Dillian White fighting someone. You could argue you think he should be out of there early. You've seen Dillian White knocked down multiple times. You've seen Dillian White knocked out. When you've seen fighters knocked out like Amir Khan, when you've seen fighters knocked out like Kell Brook, you can say someone should have gotten them out of there. But how can you claim that someone as durable as Pulev should have been out of there earlier when he's never been out of there in his entire career?
Hey man, I hear what you're saying.
Hey man, look,
all I'm saying is this though. Has been in the ring for a minute. He thought.
What does that mean though? What does that mean? He's been out of the ring for a minute. You know who else has been out of the ring for a minute? Anthony Joshua. Yo, everybody's been out of the ring for a minute.
Anthony Joshua fought in Saudi Arabia. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, when was that fight? In December.
Yeah, but Pulev hasn't fought in like over 2 years. You know what I'm saying? This dude's been taking a step aside for like forever. So that's why I'm like, yo, the dude just hasn't been in the ring for that long. And he's still.
I know a guy who wasn't in the ring for 2.5 years and fought 2 guys in 6 months and then fought the so-called hardest puncher in boxing history and didn't get knocked out. But anyways,
let's talk back to AJ.
Bro,
I want to correct that.
I eat the nonsense, bro. All right, so
Hold on. I just want to state this fact. AJ fought last December. Pulev fought last November. So no, we're not buying that. We're not buying that crap at all.
Thank you, man.
We're not buying that crap at all.
November?
Yes.
Huh?
I
He fought last November.
Who he fought?
When
Rydell Booker.
when hating goes wrong. When hating goes wrong. Hey, yo, so let me tell you something. So here's what it is. I've been a victim of what G's a part of right now, right? Like, it's when you watch something, you listen to something, you get involved in something with the sole purpose to hate on it, right? Like, I've been there before. I'm gonna keep it real. I saw the way Young Thug was dressing, and I heard about Young Thug, and I wasn't feeling Young Thug's swag. So I listened to Young Thug's music with the sole purpose to hate on it. I wanted to hate on Young Thug. I wanted to talk trash about Young Thug. I wanted to investigate, right? I'm investigating, right? I'm listening to all this. I'm investing my time in all this with the sole purpose of hating on it, right? So I investigated Young Thug. And then what ended up happening was I became a fan. I was like, I got it. And I was like, you know what? I'm listening to this album. I'm down. I was listening to Young Thug. So I know I investigated. I've been an investigator, right? But the difference is when it's hot, it's hot. I've gone into things with the sole purpose of hating, and then upon reflection saying, you know what, I need to change my perspective on this. But, you know, G's criticism of Joshua and credit for Pulev is one within itself. I'm going to just let it rock. I don't see a valid point, but I'm going to get to my points. Anthony Joshua's jab was phenomenal to the head and to the body. The way he mixed the jab to the head and to the body was beautiful. I thought he displayed a jab that's one of the best in the division. And the jab set up the right hand, even the right hand that ended Pulev, because if you watch the right hand that ended Pulev, he's been throwing sharp jabs all night. Real jabs, not that pawn jab, not that fake flicky jab. He's been throwing hard, stiff jabs. So if you watch the knockout, AJ throws a jab, but he goes short with it. It wasn't a real one. He throws it short, and then he fires off the right hand. And Pulev reacts to the jab because he's been getting hit with it all night. So it was a jab that he stopped short. He didn't go all the way. He stopped short with it, and then he clipped him with the right hand. And he's been setting that up all night. That's called boxing intellect. That's called intelligence. That's something the novice doesn't understand. See, that's something that you had to be in the ring doing in the gym, setting it up. Oh, he's ready. He think I'm about to jab him. Whoop, bop, caught him. See, that's called talent. That's called skill. That's called intellect. That's called high IQ. Watch it again. All the jabs he landed, short jab, clipped him. See, that's talent and IQ. So the other thing is, for all this talk about Anthony Joshua's lack of killer instinct, he dropped Kubrat Pulev 4 times. If I'm not mistaken, he dropped him 4 times. So tell me this. When's the last time you seen Tyson Fury drop somebody 4 times? Someone as good as Kubrat Pulev. Tell me a time you seen Tyson Fury drop someone as good as Kubrat Pulev 4 times. Tell me the time you seen Deontay Wilder fight someone as good as Kubrat Pulev and drop him at all. You can't. You see what I'm saying? The criticism of Anthony Joshua is so unrealistic, it's disgusting. He's being held to a different standard. How can you say a man lacks a killer instinct when he dropped the guy 4 times? He dropped the man 4 times. But I'll get back to that a little later. Another thing, he hit Pulev so hard, and this is the man that lacked killer instinct. He hit Pulev so hard, a heavyweight who's been in there with Vladimir Klitschko, a heavyweight who's been in there with Derek Chisora, Hughie Fury, Samuel Peters. He hit Kubrat Pulev so hard, he turned his back in the middle of a boxing match, bro. He's protect yourself at all times, but that monster in front of me, I'm going to turn around. Come on, man. Are you kidding me? The fight should have been over then.
He didn't do it like that.
Hey, that's what you look like, Trill. Yo, and then Yo, he didn't just turn around, Trill. He was running away too, bro. He was running away. Like y'all are killing me. When's the last time you seen a grown man popping off as much as Pulev popped off at that weigh-in at the conference, and then he turned around running in the ring? And y'all talking about this man lacks killer instinct. You're being unreasonable. You're being biased. You're being foolish. The man turned around and ran away in the ring in a heavyweight championship fight, cuz. Be real with yourself. I never seen a Fury opponent do that. Maybe a Wilder opponent, and when he was fighting one of them stiffs, maybe one of them has done it. But all I know is when you see that, that doesn't tell me Joshua lacks killer instinct. That shows me he's a killer, and men championship caliber are running away from him. Okay, so another thing that I thought was amazing was the uppercut. But y'all are just talking about the uppercut. You're leaving out the fact that Joshua uppercut this man, switch the angle, uppercut him again, switch the angle, uppercut him again. When's the last time you seen something like that from a heavyweight? The ability to uppercut, change the angle. That's Manny Pacquiao stuff. That's what Pacquiao would do to you. You just saw a heavyweight do that. 6'6", 240. Okay, and so one of these criticisms that I'm hearing about Anthony Joshua, it seems like only heavyweights are penalized for having skills and ability. And that goes for even Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury outboxes a man, people are mad. Anthony Joshua outboxes a man, people are mad. Only heavyweights are penalized for having skills. It seems like everybody thinks a heavyweight should just go in there, slug it out until someone gets knocked out. How come heavyweights can't have skill? You look at some of the best. Lennox Lewis had skill. He didn't just go in there and knock people out. Lennox Lewis did exactly what Joshua did to Pulev in most of his fights. He outboxed you, he overwhelmed you, he broke you down, and then he put you to sleep. Lewis didn't go in there like Mike Tyson. He didn't go in there just looking for the KO. That wasn't how Lewis operated. That's not how every heavyweight operates. You use your ability, your skills, your gifts, your advantages that you have on your opponent so that you can win the fight. The game is to hit and not get hit. Pulev's only chance was for Joshua to go in there trying to knock him out. It was Ruiz's only chance too. And Ruiz got the win for that. But now if Joshua fights the way he fought last night, good luck to anybody winning that fight. All right. Yeah, so I guess so that goes to my point. People criticizing Anthony Joshua for not being reckless, which is stupid to me. He KO'd Pulev, which is something nobody has ever done, while taking very little punishment. How can you not salute that? Anthony Joshua was the first heavyweight to KO Kubrat Pulev, and that includes a prime Vladimir Klitschko. Didn't KO him. Joshua KO'd him, and he took very little punishment in doing it. I can't help but call out the bias. I feel like if Fury had that performance, everyone will be talking about it as a masterclass. If Tyson Fury did what Anthony Joshua did to Kubrat Pulev last night, everyone would be calling it a masterclass. If Deontay Wilder did what Anthony Joshua did to Kubrat Pulev last night, everyone will be talking about how he's the most devastating puncher in boxing history, his athletic ability, his skills, how no one wants to fight him. But somehow, because Anthony Joshua did it, it's, oh, he doesn't look aggressive. And compared to what? You're comparing him to himself when he made a mistake. What are we if we don't learn from our mistakes? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So why would he go in there trying to be the same guy who got knocked out in Madison Square Garden? That would be the dumbest ish ever. Lennox Lewis was not the same guy that got knocked out by Oliver McCall. Was not. He went, got with Emmanuel Stewart, and became a better fighter. That's what you do. You improve. Joshua is improved, calculated. He doesn't need to be reckless. He hits so hard, when he lands clean and you get hurt, then he can take your head off. Joshua should fight like that for the rest of his career. And this is my last point. As far as the commentary goes, it was terrible. It was awful. I don't know what's going on when I listen to this commentary, but I'm sick of the biased commentary. All of it's talking about Joshua's timid, Joshua's this, Joshua's that. Joshua looks like a man who is calculated, picking his spots, taking calculated risks. He looked like a heavyweight Floyd in there, like Trill was saying. And I'm not saying his skills over Floyd, but I'm saying picking his shots right. When he hurts him, go for the kill. You don't need to go in there being reckless. Everybody criticizing Anthony Joshua would, if their favorite fighter had the performance Joshua had last night, would be on cloud nine. If Fury had that performance against Pulev, everyone would be on cloud nine. Because quiet as kept, Fury has two big names on his resume, Deontay Wilder and Vladimir Klitschko. Deontay Wilder, the biggest name on his resume is Luis Ortiz. So a victory like the one Joshua had last night would have been huge for the both of them, and all their fans would have been on cloud nine. But what you do with your bias is you hate on Anthony Joshua. Beautiful performance. That's it. That's all I want to hear, because that's all that should be said.
Hey, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros.
You got to run away, Trill. You got to run.
We could have been flawless, flying up to make people's mouths drop jawless. How can 2 years be erased in 1 August? And you know I have my pride, so I had to get brolic. All in all, I can't call it. Just know you're my queen. Wish I was denim, cause then I be in your jeans. Can't fight fate, and you've been loving me since your teens. But when you can't move forward, you gotta wipe your slate clean.